And we are back at the Rahway River Park Field for another edition of St. Joe's football. We have the St. Joe's Falcons playing against the Rahway Indians. St. Joe's dressed in their all-white uniforms, Rahway in the black and red pants. Max, Rahway is 4-1 right now. St. Joe's 3-4. From what you've seen from St. Joe's so far this year, what do they need to do to get this underdog win?
Well, Ben, it's not a lot that I've seen from St. Joe's so far this season, but what I have seen from St. Joe's and what you've told me in the car, because we are brothers, is the Chadwick game right now. But St. Joe's, what you told me is that they try to establish a ground game early. And now that's the thing that you want to do, obviously, in high school football. But you need to establish the pass game, too, because that way the Indians are just going to stack the box on the Falcons, and that's when you get into trouble, and the St. Joe's ground game won't be able to really rush the ball later on in the game.
Yeah, Jordan Kanzler had an outstanding year last year. Unfortunately, this year, he has slowed it down, averaging about 60 yards rushing per game. Hopefully, he picks it up in this game as we prepare for the kickoff from Christopher Wild to the Rahway Indians. Rashawn Bradford looks to get the return. And it is a squib kick from Wild, picked up by the Indians at about the 30-yard line. 40-yard line. So Rahway comes out led by Nazir Arribas, who currently has 525 passing yards on the year, but also known to be an athletic rushing quarterback, which is going to be a tough task for St. Joe's to overcome.
And Ben, this is his final home game as well. It is senior day here at Rahway River Field, and so you want to see Nazir Arribas. Not only is he a star offensively, but also start defensively for the Indians, so it should be a big day for him today.
Arribas, two receivers to his left, one to his right. He hands it off to Bradford. Bradford makes a move, gets the first down, and Rashawn Bradford getting the first down for the Indians. Bradford has had an exceptional season for the Indians, averaging over 100 yards rushing per game, 8 rushing touchdowns. And mind, this is only in 5 games for the Indians.
Yeah, he looks a very quick running back, and also he's a senior too, Ben. So again, another senior for the Indians. They're going to want to show out in front of their fans one last time.
Arribas in the shotgun with Ashawn Harris now next to him to his left. Bradford gets the jet sweep, and Bradford is still going. Bradford with another first down on the jet sweep now from the receiver position, and Rashawn Bradford is already looking like he's going to be a problem for St. Joe's early on in this game.
Yeah, really good vision from Bradford in that run, too. You saw him was originally decided to go up inside of the wide receiver who was blocking. You saw that St. Joe's plugged that hole, and he bounced it to the outside to get some more yards. Really smart running we're seeing early on from Rashawn Bradford.
St. Joe's is known to usually be a defensive team, but right now it is not looking great for the Falcons defensively. We'll see for the rest of this drive. Arribas again in shotgun with Bradford to his left. The hard count doesn't work. Arribas hands it off to Bradford one more time, the third time this drive on the third play, and Bradford is gone. Rashawn Bradford gets a big first down with a flag on the field. We'll see what the refs call.
Looks like it could be a holding against Rahway, Ben. You saw a really good block from the tight end for Rahway on that play. But after that, Bradford, the referee threw his flag on the field. Bradford couldn't get it all the way, but he did look really, really good in that run. We'll see what the penalty is on.
Rashawn Bradford already putting on a show. Touched the ball 3 times in the first 3 plays, all of which were first downs. And it was a holding on the Indians as they'll move back, eliminating that huge gain from Rashawn Bradford on this senior day. Nazir Arribas has yet to throw the ball.
So we see a 1st and 19 now for Rahway. It's going to be interesting to see if they still run the ball here on this play.
And Arribas with the throw, a deep toss down the field that is caught by Kyle Hall. Amazing throw by Nazir.
No, Ben, I think it actually was picked off by St. Joe's in that play.
I'm struggling to see from this angle right now, but
no,
great play nonetheless.
Arribas just kind of threw that ball up, and St. Joe's was able to pick it off. But really good play for St. Joe's. And, Rahway's doing a really good job establishing the run on that drive. And really the first play that Arribas was finally able to go up and throw, he throws an interception. So St. Joe's will be interesting to see what they do now, Ben, on this drive. Are they going to be like Rahway and try to establish the ground game like you say they always do? Or will they try to at least sprinkle in some passing plays as well?
Exceptional pick there from an eye break, his second on the season. As Matt Stanton will lead this St. Joe's offense out onto the field. Stanton, the handoff to Kinsler early on. Kinsler, Jordan Kinsler still going. Jordan Kinsler, one defender to beat. Jordan Kinsler not down yet. And Jordan Kinsler with a 50-yard gain for the Falcons. Incredible run from the senior, Jordan Kinsler.
Yeah, I've been a senior day here at Robert River Field, but Jordan Kinsler, who's also a senior, you know, he's going to try to take that over a little bit, and a really good run from Kinsler right there. Refused to go down, and a great play there by Mekhi Boyd, the defensive back for Rahway, saving that touchdown, but an outstanding first attempt for Jordan Kinsler.
Something that the Falcons have been dying to see from Kinsler all year this season. Finally gets it done against Rahway in this first quarter as Stanton gets another snap, hands it off to Kinsler again, who is taken down at the line of scrimmage after that huge run.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure about how long that first run was, but the average is 59 yards per game. I'm sure he's pretty close to that already, only on 2 carries.
Yeah, like I said, the Falcons have been dying to see Kinsler get it going this season. Had an incredible year last year and starts off the game hot, getting around 50 or 60 yards on that run. But we'll see what St. Joe's does. They haven't run a passing play yet this drive. We'll see if Stanton airs it out as he is in the I formation with Kinsler behind him. A bunch of receivers to his left, including Kelson Goodwill, the star receiver for St. Joe's so far this year. But it's another handoff to Kinsler, who's taken down after a gain of about 2 on the play. And we're going to see a 3rd and 7 for the Falcons on the Rahway 46. Out of field goal range, obviously, for high school. We'll see what St. Joe's. Max, do you think St. Joe's, the running game has obviously been working. Do they air it out for 7 yards for that first down?
Yeah, I would say you should call a pass play here because obviously not only out of field goal range for high school, but for any range. It's about a 63-yard field goal from here right now. So you're going to want to get more yards out of this and get a first down.
But it's another handoff for Kinsler. Kinsler fights for it. It might be a first down, gain of about 7. And the sticks are moving. That is a first down for Jordan Kinsler.
You said it before, Ben. They're going to try to establish the ground game early. Still have yet to throw the ball, a lot like Rahway has. We'll see if Matt Stanton gets an opportunity this drive. They are getting close into that field goal range, though, on the 37-yard line now.
Yeah, and often this strategy hasn't worked for St. Joe's this year. The ground game has been shut down. But currently, the run game is exceptional. It's methodically driving them down the field as Stanton will hand the ball off. Once again, Kinsler, gain of about 5 on that run. A penalty on the play. We'll see what the refs call it on. And it looks to be on the Falcons, possibly a holding.
Yeah, another holding penalty, this time against St. Joe's, Ben. So it's going to back them up now. So it's going to be a 1st and long for St. Joe's on this play.
1st and 20 for the Falcons. Now I think you need to air it out. 1st and 20 is a long way to go to get that first down.
Well, yeah, Ben, but they still have 3 plays to get that first down. So really, they could see Kinsler take another couple handoffs, try to break into that a little bit more, and then maybe air it out.
And they do. They will hand it off to Kinsler one more time, who is taken down right around the line of scrimmage. And that'll give St. Joe's another 2nd and 20. Kai Bowman on the tackle. 2nd and 20 for St. Joe's. So now what do you think St. Joe's does? Now they have 20 yards to go, only 2 plays to do it.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Actually, it could be 3 plays, Ben, because they're in the range now where you can't kick a field goal, but also if you punt it, it won't be as much better as if you go for it on 4th down. So maybe a screen pass here or something like that. I would try to air it out a little bit. I wouldn't go deep or anything like that. Just try to pick up some yards to get 3rd and manageable.
St. Joe's has the new transfer, Osiris Acevedo, who has been known to make huge plays for the Falcons. But Kinsler will get another shotgun handoff, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage. Once again, that'll be a 3rd and very long for St. Joe's. 3rd and 20 for the Falcons. We're around 4 minutes into the first quarter, 8 minutes left to go. 3rd and 23 for St. Joe's. Now, Max, do you think St. Joe's airs it out with Matt Stanton?
Yeah, absolutely. They should do it here. And the problem has been what we said earlier, is that St. Joe's tries to establish a ground game early. But when you only run the ball, the opposing defense can stack the box and force you to throw the ball. And now they know they're going to try to throw the ball. You could see a blitz here on 3rd down. So St. Joe's really needs to sprinkle in some more pass plays if they want to keep the defense on their toes.
We'll see what the Falcons do. 2 receivers to Stanton's left and 2 to the right. Stanton will air it out. Stanton looks to run it, and Stanton muffs the... Stanton fumbles it, picks it up, but is finally brought down. Gain of around 1 or 2. And St. Joe's will bring out their punting unit on this 4th and 21.
Yeah, the problem is, Ben, is that when Stan dropped back the pass, didn't have any players open on that play, and he tried to run the ball. Obviously got popped immediately, lost the ball, picked it up, though, luckily for St. Joe's. But now you're in a 4th and very long, 4th and 18 on the 46. So usually if it was like a 4th and 7, I would say, okay, maybe go for it because it wouldn't be that bad if you don't get it. But 4th and 18 can be very difficult, especially when you can't throw the ball as well. So St. Joe's will be punting this play.
Christopher Wild on the punt has struggled with his punts earlier in the year, but it is going to be a false start on St. Joe's before the snap could even get off, and the Falcons are going to move even further now. Illegal procedure, actually, on the Falcons.
What's interesting, Ben, for me on this play is that usually I'm surprised that Rahway even accepted the penalty because now it's an easier punt for St. Joe's, not, backing up even further so you have more room to not get a touchback. So Rahway was celebrating, but really that penalty could have even helped St. Joe's, ironically.
Christopher Wild will attempt to punt again. Wild on the punt, and it beams to the left, but a pretty solid punt at that. Will go down at around the 15-yard line. Solid punt for Christopher Wild, who, like I said, he struggled a little bit earlier in the season on these punts, but great field position for the Falcons to force onto Rahway.
So now, Ben, it's going to be interesting on Rahway's side. They basically did what St. Joe's did early on in the game in that they tried to establish the ground game early, only threw the ball once, and that was an interception by St. Joe's. So now it'll be interesting to see, does Rahway try to once again go with Rashawn Bradford, or will they let Arribas throw the ball a little bit more?
We'll see if they shy away from the pass game after that 1 pass, 1 interception for Nazir Arribas. Rashawn Bradford gets the handoff, and Bradford is taken down immediately by St. Joe's. Penalty flag on the field. Looks to be on St. Joe's. It is on the offense, however, holding number 64 for Rahway. So a no gain on that rushing play will turn into a loss of 5 because of the penalty.
Yeah, now Ben, they're on about the 10 or 8-yard line now for Rahway. So it's going to be interesting for Rahway now at 1st and 15. They still try to go with Rashawn Bradford. St. Joe's, like Rahway did, can now stack the box because you're not really defending the pass as much. You know Rashawn Bradford is going to get the ball here.
Rahway still has 4 wide receivers out wide, and they will pass the ball. Under pressure is Arribas. Gets the pass off to Bradford, and Bradford is taken down after a solid gain of around 8 or 9 yards, and that is exactly what the Indians needed. Backed up into their own end zone.
Well, I was wrong, Ben. I said that they're going to run the ball there, but still I was right in the fact that Rashawn Bradford still was going to get the ball. So they still are going with their star senior tailback right now. But it's going to be interesting now. In a 2nd and about 9, do you keep trying to run the ball and then maybe pick up a 3rd and manageable? It's interesting play calling here from both sides. It's a pass-happy game now in football, but you're still seeing in high school football a lot of teams still establishing the ground game a lot more.
And the only time Rashawn Bradford did not touch the ball while the Indians were on offense was an interception. But now Ashawn Harris gets a screen pass, but will be taken down short of the 1st down, and it'll be a 3rd and long for the Indians, backed up on their own 21.
Yeah, 21 tackling 21 there. Gabe Suero Diaz for St. Joe's making the tackle, the strong safety for the Falcons there on Ashawn Harris. But now, Ben, you're looking at a 3rd and 5 on the 21-yard line. Do you trust Rashawn Bradford? The question is, now he's actually running off the field, so he won't even be on this play. I'm expecting now a pass from Rahway because their star running back is off the field.
And they are showing pass. One running back in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ashawn Harris in motion. And it is a timeout from the Indians, their first of the game. So, like you said, Rashawn Bradford did come off the field, possibly due to exhaustion. Do they get him? If they get him back on the field, now do you run it on this 3rd and 5?
Yeah, I probably would, because normally you wouldn't in football, because you want to say, okay, 3rd and 5, you don't really want to put it in the hands of your running back. You want your quarterback to pick it up, but we're in high school football, Ben, obviously. St. Joe's against Rahway here at Rahway River Field, and you're going to want to establish the ground game, especially when your star player is playing so well like Rashawn Bradford is. You trust him to pick up at least a few yards on 3rd down, and I know it's deep in your own territory, but if you get it to a 4th and 1 or 4th and inches and so, you can pick up that 1st down on that play as well.
Yeah, not to mention Rashawn Bradford averages 9 yards per carry. Only need 5 right here.
That's double what you basically need right now. But he's actually not in the game again, Ben.
4.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Same formation as last time. Ashawn Harris in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Arribas takes the snap, rolls out to the right, under pressure. Arribas throws it, and it is incomplete. Would have been a 1st down. Caught by Zayon Laney. But
yeah, the ball skipped to Zayon Laney. Didn't really have a shot to catch that ball. So now we're going to see a punt here from Rahway. But Ben, now you're tied 0-0, about 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. St. Joe's will be getting the ball probably in pretty good field position. They're on the 21-yard line. You're expecting about a 30-yard punt from Rahway's punter. So St. Joe's should be able to get the ball right around the 50-yard line.
Not to mention Rahway's punter is also Rahway's star quarterback, Nazir Arribas, on the punt. Arribas, a very solid punt to Osiris Acevedo. Acevedo running to the right. Acevedo still not down. Osiris Acevedo finally taken down at the Indian 30-yard line. An incredible return for Osiris Acevedo. Around 20-25 yards will set up the Falcons in great field position, arguably already in field goal range.
Yeah, an outstanding punt return there from Osiris Acevedo. Now St. Joe's all of a sudden is getting close to the red zone on the 25-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now, it's going to be interesting now, if you don't pick up that many yards, will St. Joe's be able to punt the ball, to kick the field goal, excuse me. It's not a 42-yard field goal right now in this range, so it'll be interesting to see what St. Joe's does. Do they still establish the ground game, or do they let Matt Stanton try to air it out a little bit?
Anthony Roger, the lone receiver off to the right. St. Joe's showing run, and they do to Amari Jones. Jones is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. The Indians wrap that up. Amari Jones, huge playmaker alongside Osiris Acevedo. Not there, however. Around 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter. St. Joe's faced with a 2nd and 10 after that no gain.
Yeah, still 0-0 ball game, Ben, and you're looking at this right now. It's the 2nd and 9 for St. Joe's on 24. That was a power formation for St. Joe's. You mentioned only 1 receiver off to the right for Matt Stanton. It's going to be interesting how many receivers come out on this play, and it looks like, again, another power formation. Expect another run here for St. Joe's.
St. Joe's loves to run the same formation on their drives. Once again, Anthony Roger, the lone receiver. Another handoff to Amari Jones. And Jones gains a few, but not near enough for the 1st down. St. Joe's will be faced with a 3rd and medium in this first quarter. Still a tie game. St. Joe's pretty sure in field goal range. Christopher Wild can definitely make a field goal from this range.
Yeah, on 21. So yeah, 38-yard field goal now for St. Joe's. And yeah, Ben, you mentioned a lot of power formation for St. Joe's. Rich Hilliard's been around the block a little bit. This is what he likes to run. Old school, classic smash you in the mouth football. So it's going to be interesting with St. Joe's now on a 3rd and 6. They've only been picking up about a couple yards each run. Will they run the ball again here on 3rd and 6 and maybe get in more manageable field goal range?
Same formation once again, and same play, handoff to Jordan Kinsler. But Kinsler this time is down at the 6-yard line. Another huge play from Jordan Kinsler. And that'll be a St. Joe's 1st down, 1st and goal for the Falcons. Jordan Kinsler just making plays all over the place this game.
It's now 1st and goal for St. Joe's, Ben. About 2.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. And once again, I think you still establish the ground game. It's working right now. It's working. You're on about the 10-yard line. Try to pick up some yards and pick up that first score of the game.
And it'll be a handoff to Amari Jones. Jones not going down yet, but he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal now for the Falcons, around 6 yards away from the touchdown. Obviously in field goal range, but St. Joe's wants so much more than that. They want this touchdown. We'll see if St. Joe's even attempts a pass. They haven't this entire drive. I wonder if St. Joe's trusts the quarterback in this red zone right now.
Yeah, the red zone is more difficult, Ben, actually, for a quarterback because it's a lot more condensed, and you're going to see a lot more tight throws that you need to be extremely accurate as a quarterback. So for St. Joe's, they probably don't want to take that risk. They're probably going to run the ball here on 2nd down and for more.
And it looks to be another timeout by the Falcons. Currently 1 minute and 43 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Still a tie game. St. Joe's ball on the 8. 2nd and goal for the Falcons. And like you said, the coverages are so concise and condensed in the red zone. Matt Stanton known to be a quarterback that can air it out, but maybe not get it precise and on target.
Right.
So St. Joe's will look to hand the ball off to Jordan Kinsler again.
And he's only completed 44% of his passes so far this season. So now you're in the red zone. Last year, Ben, when they played Rahway, it was a 9-7 ball game. Very low scoring, meaning when you get in this range, you've got to convert. And I don't think they're going to want to take those chances with Matt Stanton right now. They're going to try to probably run the ball here. It looks like it's going to be a low-scoring game again. Again, we're deadlocked at goose egg 0 with 1 minute 43 left to go in the first quarter. You need to score, and you need to get these not even a touchdown, you need to get some field goals as well. Anything on the board because it looks like it's going to be another low-scoring game. So anytime you're in this range, in the 10 yards or more, you're going to want to, not take a lot of risks with the football.
And if you're someone that loves ground and pound games, this is the game for you, as it is a handoff to Anthony Roger, but he is tackled way behind the line of scrimmage, about the 18-yard line, a loss of 10 on that play. It'll be 3rd and goal still, but 18 yards to go.
Yeah, Ben, and honestly, St. Joe's is playing a lot of classic old-school football. That wasn't there right there, so they handed it off, and then they threw it back. And then it looked like Stanton, they're going to try to throw it to Stanton in the end zone on a trick play, but he wasn't open, and St. Joe's was sacked on the play. So now you're on a 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line now. This is where I think you don't try to get cute with it. You don't let Stanton air it out and create disaster. I think you just try to run the ball, pick up as many yards as you can, and then try a field goal.
Yeah, the Indians blew up that Philly special that time. Stanton, an empty pocket now. Stanton looks to throw. Quick screen pass to Kinsler. Kinsler now. Kinsler on a screen pass, and that is a touchdown for the Falcons. Jordan Kinsler breaks 3 tackles to get into the end zone. 20-yard touchdown reception from Jordan Kinsler, who has been making plays all day today for the Falcons.
Yeah, it was a really nice play for St. Joe's right there. Still playing it safe. It wasn't like it was a passing. It was going down in a passing touchdown for Matt Stanton, but it was a very safe screen play for Jordan Kinsler. So St. Joe's still playing it safe with the football, and they pick up the first score of the game.
Christopher Wilds, who would imagined he would be kicking a field goal as it was 3rd and 20, will now be kicking the extra point as the Falcons are up 6-0, possibly 7-0 on the Rahway Indians. Wild, a high snap, and it is straight through the goalpost. So St. Joe's now leads Rahway 7-0, 44 seconds left to go in this first quarter, and that was a great start for St. Joe's, who are perceived to be the underdogs against a very talented Rahway team.
And Ben, it was all started by the punt return by Osiris Acevedo and really the great defensive effort by St. Joe's too, because they held Rahway inside of their own 20-yard line, and then Osiris Acevedo brought St. Joe's to the 20-yard line immediately on his punt return, and then all St. Joe's had to do was just pick up 20 yards for the score, and they did just that.
Incredible drive for the Falcons. Acevedo, like you said, he had that punt return, and he did not get back onto the field for the rest of the drive. They got him on that punt return, and they took him off, replaced him with Amari Jones. Jones got shut down in the backfield, but finally the screen pass to Jordan Kinsler for 20 yards got the touchdown.
So now Ben, Rahway heading into the end of this first quarter. Rahway just trying to pick up some points on the board. Again, it looks like it could be another low-scoring game. St. Joe's played Rahway last year, and the final score was 9-7. Very low-scoring game. St. Joe's already has 7 points on the board already. So Rahway, even a field goal or anything, you just want to get on the board and want to keep driving down the field.
Christopher Wild now on the kick. Another squib kick for Wild that is picked up and brought to possibly a fumble. There was a fumble on the play, but Rahway recovers it, and they will start at their own 40-yard line. St. Joe's, I guess, not trusting Christopher Wild on the kick. I'm not really sure what their plans are.
No, I think they're not trusting Rashawn Bradford to return for a touchdown. He's a very dangerous returner, very dangerous with the ball in his hands as a running back as well. So I think for that, really, it was St. Joe's not wanting to put the ball in Rashawn Bradford's hands when they don't have to.
Yeah, and you can't blame Rashawn Bradford, just like Jordan Kinsler. Both of them have been tearing apart the opponent's defense. Only thing now is that Kinsler has the touchdown, and Bradford has yet to get one in this game. We'll see as Arribas hands the ball off to Bradford once again, and Bradford breaks the tackle and is finally brought down, gain of about 5 or 6, but another impressive play from Rashawn Bradford.
Yeah, but they're still going with Rashawn Bradford. Actually, it looked like it was a no gain on the play, still 2nd and 10 for Rahway, but Rashawn Bradford has been kind of bottled up a little bit because St. Joe's now knows that Rahway isn't going to really pass the ball a lot, and they're able to stack the box against Rashawn Bradford and make him, not give him a lot of space to run the ball.
Both of these teams are very run-heavy, ground-and-pound type of teams. Both the defenses know that, but unfortunately, the defense is not able to stop Jordan Kinsler on that last play, and that is going to end the first quarter. St. Joe's up 7-0 on the Rahway Indians after that Jordan Kinsler 20-yard screen receiving touchdown. So after seeing what both teams' offense look like, I think both teams' defense know what to expect. But if you're an offense, what are you planning to do? Are you planning to switch it up with a pass, or do you just keep trying to run the ball and get past the defense?
Yeah, I probably let it Nazir Arribas. I know his only downfield throw of the game was picked off by St. Joe's, but still, I would try to give him the ball a little bit more. Let him kind of air it out a little bit for Rahway, just because you want to get something going. Because St. Joe's is kind of keying in on Rashawn Bradford. So even though they're trying to get him out in space on the outside, St. Joseph's defensive backs are doing a great job making the tackles already. So, yeah, if I'm Rahway, I definitely try to spread the defense out by throwing the ball a little bit more. Don't have to completely abandon the ground game, but you want to at least put some passing plays in there to keep the defense on their feet.
Arribas, the shotgun handoff to Rashawn Bradford. Bradford doing all that he can behind the line of scrimmage, but St. Joe's still wraps him up for a no gain on that rush. St. Joe's knows exactly what to expect, and they are shutting it down right now. Great defense from the Falcons.
It's now 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 for now for Rahway. It's going to be interesting to see if Nazir Arribas is now finally able to throw the ball, or if they're just still play it safe here.
Both teams coming off a win last week, trying to keep that streak going, as Arribas will get the QB draw, but is once again taken down, and that'll force a 4th down for the Falcons. Falcons shutting down the run game, which it seems like all Rahway is going to play in this game. So St. Joe's will get the ball back in pretty decent field position, depending on the return from Osiris Acevedo, who had an incredible return that got St. Joe's in great field position for their last touchdown.
Yeah, 4th and 7 now for Rahway. Not enough so they can really think about going for it here. But again, Ben, it's Rahway not being able to trust Nazir Arribas with the football, and they really want to give them more of an opportunity.
Muffed punt snap, and Arribas throws it deep. It wasn't an intentional fake, but after the muffed snap, Arribas just chucks it down the field, and it is caught by Kyle Hall.
I actually think it was intentional, Ben, because Kyle Hall ran a route on that play. So I think it actually was a really, really smart play call there by Rahway.
The snap was low, and it could have been a fumble by Arribas, but he picks it up, runs out to the right, and chucks it to Hall, who gets the 1st down for the Indians. And this drive will keep on going for Rahway.
So there's a penalty thrown on the field. Not sure what it was just yet. And
this could be a huge penalty. This could make Rahway repeat that fourth down.
And it was against Rahway, so St. Joe's kind of catching a big break right there. It was a first down for Rahway and the fake punt, but a 5-yard penalty on Rahway. Now it's 4th and 12.
And you have to expect the Indians to do an actual punt. Obviously, St. Joe's is probably expecting another fake punt, another high snap, and a low punt. Might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it'll stop right around the St. Joe's 30-yard line as Matt Stanton comes out onto the field alongside Jordan Kinsler, who has been leading this team right now.
Yeah, it's the long snapper not really doing Arribas a lot of favors there on the 2 punts right there. One of them was a low snap that he bobbled and then obviously picked up the first down. Second one was a high snap that St. Joe's was able to get there and I think get a hand on that ball. So not a great punt from Arribas. But St. Joe's gets it with pretty good field position on 1st and 10 on the 34.
We'll see if St. Joe's sticks to the run game or if they will let Stanton air it out.
See, I wouldn't let Stanton air it out, and they don't look like they are because they're really bunched up right here. You have the lead. The ground game is working. I think you just keep going with it until Rahway forces you not to.
Kinsler with another handoff. Kinsler, one defender to beat. And Kinsler, a decent gain right there for Kinsler, but he's taken down after a gain of about 2 or 3 on that inside handoff.
Jordan Kinsler is a slippery running back, Ben. He's been breaking tackles all over the field against Rahway. St. Joseph's keeps putting the ball in his hands. Obviously, the fatigue could factor in later on in the game, but right now he looks fresh and he looks like he's breaking a lot of tackles.
Yeah, I think this is arguably Jordan Kinsler's best game yet so far, at least at the start of this. Kinsler has been not having the best of seasons. It might have been because of the O-line. I'm not really sure. But this game, Kinsler looks incredible for the Falcons. As St. Joe's lines up in another bunch formation, 2 halfbacks, and they hand it off. The handoff to Rocco Bellamy.
A little fullback handoff there for St. Joe's. Ben picks up the first down, and St. Joe's once again establishing the ground game. Is working right now, picking up the first down.
We're just about 3 minutes into this second quarter, 9 minutes left to go in the half. St. Joe's 1st and 10 after that big gain by the fullback, Rocco Bellamy. St. Joe's will come out in the same formation. Bellamy to Stanton's right, Kinsler to his left. 2 receivers out wide. The handoff to Kinsler down the middle. And Kinsler is quickly taken down by Donnell Doster. So it's going to be a 2nd and 6, actually. Kinsler looks to gain 4 yards on that run.
Yeah, good push there from the St. Joe's offensive line, picking up a few yards on that play. Now 2nd and 6, and really every run on this drive has been positive for St. Joe's, which is always a good sign.
St. Joe's looks like they will keep the run game going as they enter in the same formation. 1 receiver to Stanton's left, 1 to his right. The 2 halfbacks on his left and right, and the handoff to Bellamy. Rocco Bellamy has a hole, and Bellamy still pushing. And another big gain by Rocco Bellamy for St. Joe's. Known to be a star defender, but St. Joe's utilizing him in the run game so far.
He looks to be the power running back for St. Joe's, Ben, whereas Kinsler is a lot more going to juke you out of your shoes. Bellamy's the one that's going to run you over. So St. Joe's is kind of doing a really good job of at least changing up the ground game a little bit. Obviously, they're not throwing the ball as much, but you have Kinsler, who you gotta keep in mind that he can juke you out or he can run past you. And Bellamy is gonna wear you down by just running over you and running through you. So a really good job by St. Joe's, mixing it up a little bit on the ground game.
That strategy working for the Falcons so far, as they will have a read option. Stanton takes it, and another decent gain on another running play for the Falcons. And it seems like Rahway expects the run every time, but they just can't stop it.
Well, because they don't know who's going to be running the ball, Ben. You got Bellamy and Stanton and Kinsler all in the backfield. All 3 of them now have a run on this drive. And if you're Rahway, obviously you know they're going to be running the ball, but you don't know who's going to be running the ball. So all of a sudden, you want to defend Kinsler because he's the most dangerous. But Stanton saw that, and Stanton made a really good read there and was able to pick up a few yards on that play. So really good by St. Joseph's play. Rahway doesn't know who's getting the football and is working against them.
Kinsler on another handoff. Kinsler still fighting. And Kinsler was almost taken down the backfield, but he fought to get a gain of a couple to make this an easier third down for St. Joe's. Third and extremely short. 3rd and 3 for the Falcons. And will St. Joe's run it power down the middle with Rocco Bellamy? Will they do a halfback toss maybe to Kinsler, or will they do a read option and get Stanton? Like you said, St. Joe's has so many options in the run game, and Rahway is just guessing at this point.
I see. I would give it to Bellamy on a 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2 even. I'd run it up the middle with Bellamy and see if he could pick up the first down with the power running back.
Stanton, possibly a false start on the Falcons.
Yeah, it looks like Kinsler moved a little bit too early there on that play, a little too excited. And it looks like he was actually going to block. So originally the play looked like it was designed to go to Bellamy, but now on a 3rd and 7 for St. Joe's, it's going to be interesting what they call here.
Yeah, will St. Joe's stick with the run game? It has been working, but 3rd and 7 is a whole new monster to beat than 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 actually. So if you're St. Joe's and you are going to pass it, do you just pass it like we saw on the touchdown, another screen pass to Kinsler? Do you air it out and don't even throw the ball short of the first down line?
Yeah, I'd probably throw the ball here, but again, it wouldn't be anything too crazy that Stanton can't handle. I would try to do something short. Again, you only need 7 yards in the play, which isn't too bad. So it's going to be interesting to see. We haven't seen a receiver get a target yet for St. Joe's.
Stanton looked like he was going to hand the ball off, but there was a delay of game on St. Joe's as they will go back even further down the field. A 3rd and 2, which now turns into a 3rd and 12 after 2 penalties on the Falcons.
Yeah, this is not what you want. St. Joe's was pounding it down Rahway's throat on that drive, and now all of a sudden just penalties bring you back, kill the momentum for St. Joe's. They were having a really great drive on that drive, and now it looks like it's going to be killed by penalties. Again, 3rd and 12, though, it's going to be interesting what they do here on offense. Will they let Stanton finally throw the ball downfield, or will they just try to play it safe with the lead?
Now, from what I've seen from St. Joe's this year, I think you either throw it deep to Kelson Goodwill, who can get up there and grab it, or run a quick slant route to Acevedo. But instead, they run a screen pass to Kinsler, who is taken down short of the first down. And we'll see what St. Joe's runs on this 4th and 8, it looks like. As the offense is staying out there as of now, and St. Joe's is going to go for it on this 4th and 6. And again, I ask you, does St. Joe's run it with Kinsler, or will they throw it again on 4th and 6?
See, Ben, I would say punt the ball here. You have the lead. You're on the 37-yard line. This isn't the place where I would go for it here. So, interesting play call by Rich Hilliard. I personally would punt the ball here, but now on 4th and 6, I think you need to throw the ball.
St. Joe's showing pass, only 1 running back, 4 receivers, and another false start on the Falcons. And now I think we can confirm a punt. St. Joe's had 2 penalties that brought them back to a 3rd and 12. Now another penalty that will bring them back to a 4th and 11 with around 4 minutes left to go in this half.
Yeah, but 3 penalties almost in a row. Only 1 play actually in between them, and 3 penalties even before the play. You got a legal procedure, then you have a delay of game. Now you have a false start. Just St. Joe's killing themselves with penalties. Now they're being forced to punt.
Yeah, will look to be a great drive for the Falcons. It's just gone because of the discipline.
Or lack thereof.
Wild. Good punt for Wild. We'll see if it goes into the end zone. There's a fair catch there by Rashawn Bradford. The ball on the Indians' 8-yard line. Great punt by Christopher Wild there. Great accuracy.
Yeah, Wild with an outstanding punt on that play, and make sure it's high enough too that Rashawn Bradford's not going to be able to have a return out of it. So St. Joe's now, Rahway deep in their own possession, deep in their own territory. St. Joe's defense has a wonderful opportunity here to force Rahway to a 3-and-out, and then get the ball at about the 40 or 30-yard line, which would be excellent for the offense.
Rahway, the handoff to Bradford once again. Oh no, it was a pass. It was a pass to Kyle Hall, and Kyle Hall looks to be gone if he can outrun Jordan Kinsler, which he can't. But Rahway from their own 8 to the St. Joe's 30-yard line. 72-yard play for the Indians On a simple screen pass to Kyle Hall, St. Joe's had no safeties, and Hall just ran all the way down to the St. Joe's 30-yard line. Huge play for the Indians.
Yeah, 54-yard pass there for Rahway and Kyle Hall. Really, really good play call there because St. Joe's, once again, Ben, they stack the box because they're going to run the ball, obviously. They don't on that play. Fake handoff, opens up the play-action game. Kyle Hall, the sophomore, wide open, and Jordan Kinsler lucky that he could save the touchdown.
We'll see what they run here, and it's a handoff to Rashawn Bradford. Bradford with a decent gain of about 7 or 8. And the Indians now have St. Joe's just stumbling on their feet because they just showed St. Joe's that, hey, we can pass the ball, even though the only time we passed it was an interception. But yeah, like you said, they just got that 52-yard slant route. And of course, Rashawn Bradford is still an immense threat in the backfield. If you're St. Joe's, do you commit to one side or do you maybe
keeps you on your toes now, and obviously you got to pay attention to the passing game. It's Rahway went from being on their own 8, Ben, to now on the St. Joe's 30 in 2 plays. So it really was an outstanding play calling by Rahway.
A read option from Arribas, who keeps it, a penalty on the field. Block in the back on Rashawn Bradford. That'll take him back. Would have been a first down for the Indians, but they will repeat this second down now.
See, this is kind of what happened to St. Joe's too, Ben, where they had an outstanding drive and then penalties, 3 penalties, and St. Joe's killed it. Now the 1 penalty kind of killed the momentum for Rahway. We'll see if they can bounce back from it. But once again, the lack of discipline from both teams really hurting them both early on.
Rahway has 3.5 minutes left to go in the half. Looking to try and score right before the half ends. Don't give St. Joe's a chance, as they are still down 7-0 against the Falcons. 2nd and 17 now for Rahway on their St. Joe's 42. Arribas with an empty backfield. And it is a Philly special. The pass is deep to Bradford, and it is picked off by St. Joe's. St. Gabe Suero Diaz gets the pick for the Falcons. Huge play by 21 right there. And the Falcons will get the ball. 3.5 minutes left to go. And they have a chance to score again after that. I don't even know what to call that play. The failed Philly special, the second time this game.
Yeah, it was a toss to Bradford, who then threw the ball, and St. Joe's was able to pick it off there. But now St. Joe's has an opportunity. They're on their 25-yard line, up 7 against Rahway with 3 minutes left to go. Don't get too cute with it again. Again, you're deep in your own territory. You're on the 26-yard line. Keep running the ball. Obviously, you want to score before the half, but I wouldn't try to take too many risks until you get down inside Rahway's territory.
And that is the second trick play of the game. Both times, St. Joe's tried to run one, and we lost 15 yards. That time, the Rahway tries to run it, and they throw a pick. As St. Joe's now has the ball, Stanton keeps it on the read option, but is taken down at the line of scrimmage. Around 3 minutes left to go now for the Falcons on their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, about 2nd and 8 now for St. Joe's. And again, I wouldn't try to take too many risks with the football. You're up 7. You're deep in your own territory. Don't try to get too cute with it. Keep running the ball. Give Kinsler a carry. Give Rocco a carry. Just keep running the ball down Rahway's throat.
Stanton now in the shotgun formation. Kinsler to his right. Showing run, and it is Kinsler with the run. Jordan Kinsler's flag on the field.
Kinsler had a gain of about 2.
Holding on St. Joe's, which will bring them back around 2.5 minutes to go in this half. St. Joe's now, if you're St. Joe's, do you just try and chew out the clock? Do you still try and get it down the field?
No, I wouldn't try to get down the field, especially when you don't have a really good pass game for St. Joe's. So what I would do here is just try to chew up that clock, make Rahway use their timeouts if you could. 2nd and 19, you're probably not even going to pick up a first down, let alone get in field goal range. So, yeah, with 2 minutes left to go in the half, just try to chew up as much clock as you can. That way you can go into halftime with the lead.
Stanton now, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Kinsler in the backfield with him in the shotgun formation. And Stanton looks to throw. Stanton. The pass to Jordan Kinsler, but Jordan Kinsler is still going. Jordan Kinsler gets the first down for St. Joe's.
It was actually a lateral play, Ben. So the pass was originally to number 32 for St. Joe's, who picked it up, and then he threw it back to Jordan Kinsler, who picked up the first down on the play. Really good running. Anthony Royd for St. Joe's on the original one who caught it. Really interesting play call. Rich Hilliard kind of making a little bit of trick plays out here.
A risky play, though, for St. Joe's, backed up in their own backfield. But it works. It gets St. Joe's not the first down, but very close to it. 3rd and 2 now, the Falcons. Stanton, the handoff to Amari Jones. And Jones is swallowed up close to the first down line. We'll see what the refs call.
I think they're going to give it to him, Ben. Yeah, looks like a first down for St. Joe's.
1:30 left to go in the half. Stanton through receivers to his left, one to his right. Stanton the pass deep to Roger, who is taken down immediately on the screen pass. Just around a minute left to go.
Timeout by St. Joe's. So now with 1:10 left to go, Ben, it's going to be interesting. St. Joe's 37-yard line. You're up 7. You've only got 1 timeout left. Will St. Joe's try to get in field goal range? I don't know if they will. I think they're still going to play it safe and try to run the clock as much as possible. But the timeout was interesting by St. Joe's there.
St. Joe's 2nd and 6 now. Still up 7-0. We'll see if St. Joe's tries to chew the clock now. Backed up on their own 40-yard line. Still a chance for a field goal maybe from Wild.
Well, what do you think is in his range here? Like about a 45
For Wild, just about, 40 to 45 yards.
So then you're gonna need to get at least 19 and then 22. So you're gonna need at least 41 yards to get in field goal range. So in 1:10 seconds, you can't really throw the ball downfield that much. It's gonna be difficult to do that.
Stan once again the shotgun formation. Amari Jones now the halfback. Stan looks to pass. Stanton is sacked back in the backfield. And a timeout, it looks from Rahway. Makai Boyd there on the sack for the Indians.
So now on a 3rd and long, Rahway just took a timeout too. They only have 1 timeout left. Here for St. Joe's, see, I really did not like that timeout by Rich Hilliard there because I didn't think they really had a shot to get in field goal range. You really saved Rahway there. So really Rahway got an extra timeout out of that. Now for St. Joe's, you have to run the ball, make Rahway use their final timeout. They'll get the ball back with about a minute left to go in the half. But yeah, again, I didn't like the timeout of Rich Hilliard. I think he was getting a little bit too optimistic on that drive. I don't think there's any way St. Joe's is going to get downfield enough in the time that they had to get a field goal, especially when they can't throw the ball downfield. So really bad timeout by Rich Hilliard, and now you're giving Rahway the ball back with about a minute left to go in the half.
3rd and long for the Falcons. Thought they were going to chew the clock, but yeah, like you said, Hilliard on the timeout. Not really sure why they would just try and run it, chew the clock out, end the half. Stanton through receivers to his right, one to his left. Kinsler in the backfield. The screen pass to Kinsler is overthrown, almost picked off by Rahway.
Awful.
Scary pass.
Awful play call there by Rich Hilliard. I mean, what on earth are you thinking? You gave Rahway the ball back with now 58 seconds left. Now they're going to be able to get it in there in pretty good field position. Still have a timeout too. You have to run the ball on that play. Make Rahway use their final timeout. Plus, that pass is almost intercepted by Rahway too, which could have been disastrous for St. Joe's. I don't agree with that at all. I think it was bad coaching in that drive for St. Joe's.
St. Joe's could have just run the ball out and this half. Instead, they'll be forced to punt from their own 33-yard line. Christopher Wild now on the punt. Wild. Another good punt for St. Joe's. And a fair catch from Rashawn Bradford. Exactly what you want to see. Bradford, a threatening punt returner. 37-yard punt for Christopher Wild there. And Rahway will get the ball at the 34-yard line with just around 50 seconds left to go in this half, hoping to get in field goal range.
Yeah, they still have a timeout left too, so they could still use that timeout with 52 seconds left to go in the half. But it's going to be interesting here for Rahway.
Arribas now in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looks to throw it deep. Arribas, however, will throw it deep. Kyle Hall once again on the deep pass. And just like that, Rahway is arguably in field goal range after one play and a first down at around the St. Joe's 35-yard line. Just about 40 seconds left to go in the half. Rahway speeding things up. Arribas looks deep again, but it is an incomplete pass. Low pass to number 3. So Rahway will now have just around 30 seconds left in the half.
Interesting, no timeout there called by Rahway. They still have a timeout left. I think you would have called it there, especially on a deep pass there from Rahway. But now 30 seconds, 32 seconds, really, you have one timeout left on the 35-yard line. Again, you want to get a touchdown, but if you get points on the board for Rahway, that'll also be really good. So 35-yard line here is about a 52-yard field goal for Rahway. I don't think their kicker could be able to make that. So you're going to want to get a lot closer into his range. Again, but you want to also tie the game up, but it'll be interesting to see how Rahway plays this ball.
Arribas, another pass. Arribas under pressure. Making plays in the backfield. Finally gets the ball off. Under pressure by Rocco Bellamy. Somehow gets the ball out. 23 seconds now left to go in the half. Still on the St. Joe's 35-yard line. Too far for a field goal, I'd imagine, 52 yards. 3rd and 10 for the Indians.
Yeah, great play by Arribas on that last play. They were about to be sacked. He got out of it and was able to throw the ball even near his receiver to avoid intentional grounding. Really amazing play there by Arribas, but now you're on a 3rd and long for Rahway. I don't know what the field goal kicker's range is, but it's probably a little bit further than this. So you're going to want to get into more field goal range here for Rahway.
3rd and 10 for the Indians, and there's a muff snap by Arribas, but it gets out, still under pressure. Flag in the field, throws it deep, and he is caught. Rashawn Bradford on the streak route, catches it. We're going to see what the refs call. Penalty on the field. But a huge play for the Indians to close out the half.
What a fantastic pass by Arribas there to Rashawn Bradford. I mean, that was right on the money and an outstanding catch by Bradford, too, getting his feet in bounds. But unfortunately for the Indians, I think it'll come back holding against Rahway. That's usually what happens, Ben. When your quarterback, you fumble the snap, your quarterback's running around for your dear life, the offensive line holds on for dear life too, and usually you see a holding call there. That's what happens to the Indians.
So unfortunately for Rahway, that play is coming all the way back. A huge, great throw by Arribas, great catch by Bradford in the end zone. But now just 14 seconds left to go on just about the 50-yard line. 3rd and long.
This is a Hail Mary type play here for Rahway. You can probably see that, and then just to get in field goal range or something.
Arribas rolling out. chucks it deep, looking for Hall. And it is caught or intercepted by Rahway. We'll see. Intercepted by Kelson Goodwill or caught by Rashawn Bradford. And it is a pick from Kelson Goodwill. And that will end out the half as St. Joe's just runs a quick quarterback kneel. Huge play by Cal Goodwill.
Yeah, great play by Cal Goodwill there because Rahway still had a timeout there. So if they caught that ball, it would be a first down, and then they could also either run a play to try to get a touchdown and be risky or kick a field goal. But outstanding play by Cal Goodwill, not giving them that opportunity.
Mastain will kneel the ball. And that will end out the half here in Rahway. St. Joe's leads 7-0 against the Indians. And we will be back for the second half.
The band for halftime today, folks, so if anyone wants to come up and sing,
And we are live back here at the Rahway River Park Field for the second half of the Rahway Indians versus the St. Joseph Falcons. St. Joe's currently leads 7-0 against Rahway and will be receiving the kick. Now, Max, what did you see from St. Joe's that you think they need to keep going to maintain this lead? But actually, on the kickoff, I'll cut you off there. On the kickoff, there was a fumbled ball by Osiris Acevedo, but St. Joe's does recover it.
It's like an onside kick almost, Ben, that hit Acevedo right in the chest, and he dropped it. St. Joe's lucky that they were able to jump on that ball, but that could have been disaster early for St. Joe's.
So I'll go back to the question. What do you think St. Joe's needs to continue doing or do something that's new to keep this lead going and win this football game?
Well, I'm glad you're finally letting me talk, Ben. But St. Joe's, I think St. Joe's, honestly, like, again, keep running the ball. It's been working in that first half. It probably will work in the second half as well. We'll see what they'll do here.
Sten, the toss to Kinsler. Kinsler breaks one tackle and another. Jordan Kinsler has looked very impressive in the first half, and he picked up right where he left off in the first play of the second half.
Jordan Kinsler is such a fun running back to watch because he's like that scat back where he doesn't have like the size like a Derrick Henry or someone like that, but he's a guy that you give him the ball in space and he's so quick and so agile that he'll juke you out, and it's easy to bring him down when you get a hand on him, but the difficulty is getting a hand on him because he's so dangerous in open space.
Sten, another toss to Kinsler, now to the right side, and Kinsler not going down once again. Kinsler keeps fighting for those yards as St. Joe's methodically marches down the field. It'll be third and very short. First and 10 actually. First and 10 for the Falcons, just 2 runs by Jordan Kinsler, both for 5 yards. Now, if you're St. Joe's, obviously, I think you got to keep just grounding and pounding until it doesn't work.
Keep moving that ball. Keep moving that ball. Now, of course, you can sprinkle in a different running back. We saw Rocco get a little bit of Rocco Bellamy get some snaps earlier. It'll be interesting to see here.
You got another halfback toss to Kinsler. Kinsler keeps going, and that is another first down for St. Joe's. 3 halfback tosses, 2 first downs in these first 3 plays of the second half. And we're only a minute in, and St. Joe's has those 2 first downs. Jordan Kinsler, like I said, is just tearing apart this Indian defense right now, and Rahway just has no way of stopping him.
Yeah, Jordan Kinsler, Ben, of course, Jordan Kinsler's doing really well, but as we know, running backs are really a product of the offensive line, and the St. Joe's offensive line is doing an excellent job getting out in space, running over defenders, and getting Jordan Kinsler enough space to pick up first down. So really, yeah, Kinsler is the star of the show, but the St. Joe's offensive line has been really underratedly very good today.
Very underrated part of the run game, as it is another handoff to Kinsler. Kinsler finds the hole.
Handoff to Jordan Kinsler again, number 15.
And Kinsler gains maybe 1 or 2 yards on that inside zone handoff. Now, if I'm St. Joe's is very well known for running the same play until it doesn't work. I think that halfback toss play was working. I think you just keep running it until it just stops working.
Well, I understand why you don't want him, because obviously Rahway will be keying in on that. And again, great vision there by Kinsler. Be interesting what they do here, though.
Gain of 4 on the last run. Kinsler now this time. Jordan Kinsler. It will be third down. He was short of the first down mark. Third and medium for the Falcons. 10 minutes left to go in this third quarter.
We've got a 3rd and 6 for St. Joe's here. Now, that halfback toss didn't work as well there for Jordan Kinsler. Now, you're on about the 36-yard line, which you're going to want to get at least 20 more yards before you really feel comfortable taking a field goal here. So it'll be interesting here. On a 3rd and 8, Ben, St. Joe's run the ball, maybe even create 4th and manageable where you can go for it here.
I think that could definitely be a strategy right now. And it would have been another toss, but there was a flag on the field. False start on the Falcons as they will move back 5 yards and make this a 3rd and 13.
So what I do here, Ben, is what they did before that resulted in a touchdown. It was the screen to Jordan Kinsler. I'd probably do a screen to him, make him pick up at least 7 or 8 yards here, create about a 4th and 5 for St. Joe's, where then you can go for it in Rahway territory, whereas if you don't get it on 4th down, it's not that big of a deal because Rahway will get it about where you'd punt it anyway. But if you do get it, then you can keep going and try to put some more points on the board.
And really no risk. Christopher Wilds has been excellent right now in punting accuracy. So you have to imagine and it is another flag on the field on St. Joe's. Delay of game on the Falcons. That is the second delay of game this game.
Ben, we talked about it in that first half, and that one drive with St. Joe's is driving down the field. 3 penalties killed the Falcons. Now 2 penalties once again on an excellent drive for St. Joe's. Looks like they're killing the Falcons once again. Now you got a 3rd down and 16 for St. Joe's. Penalties have been killing St. Joe's on really good drives.
Yeah, St. Joe's main enemy right now is themselves. They just got to get better discipline on these plays. That is his PI on Rahway after a slant route by Roger.
Yeah, trying to get Roy on that play right there, and it was very clearly pass interference on Rahway. He was all over the back of Roger on that slant route. So now at least, I think it's an automatic 1st down penalty too. So St. Joe's will be able to pick it up.
Both teams just trading penalties. St. Joe's still is 3rd down, actually. Looks to be a 3rd and 6, possibly. We'll see where the refs spot the ball. 3rd and 1, actually. 3rd and 1 for the Falcons. And, I mean, yeah, I think you have to think Rocco Bellamy down the middle, maybe even Jordan Kinsler right down the middle.
Yeah,
I would be shocked
Get that power run game there for St. Joe's to pick up that 1st down, but you're on the 32-yard line right now.
Hand off to Amari Jones. That is a 1st down for the Falcons. Amari Jones gets the 1st down for the Falcons. 8 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. St. Joe's once again methodically driving down the field. This is exactly what we saw on their scoring drive in the 1st half. So 1st and 10 for St. Joe's. In your opinion, do you stick with the run game or do you throw it, and you can even throw it to Jordan Kinsler even, but which side of the ball do you choose?
Well, as you see Kinsler pick up a little bit of yards right there. Again, I think you just keep doing that. Keep giving the ball to Jordan Kinsler. Keep giving the ball to your running backs. Keep driving down the field. It's been working right now. Don't mess with it. Keep going to the well until that well is empty, Ben, and that well is not empty yet for St. Joe's.
And like I said before, St. Joe's always tries to start off with the run game, and it usually doesn't end up working in the 2nd half. But right now, the run game is just tearing apart Rahway, and they're sticking with it on this play. Amari Jones tripped up in the backfield. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like, and St. Joe's will be forced to... Oh, never mind. It is still 3rd down, 3rd and medium for the Falcons.
Yeah, about a 3rd and 5 for St. Joe's right here. Already up 7-0 on Rahway here about midway through the 3rd quarter. St. Joe's been once again driving down the field. And again, if you don't pick it up here on 3rd down, you can still go for it on 4th down.
Falcons rush with Kinsler. Kinsler finds another hole, and that is a 1st down for the Falcons. Jordan Kinsler still down. Okay, that gave me a little bit of a scare right there when Kinsler stayed down on the field. But he does get up under his own power. He looks to be okay. And Jordan Kinsler, like you said, he is finding the gaping holes that the offensive line is giving him.
That offensive line is killing it. If I'm Coach Rich Hilliard, I'd give them all game balls after this game, because this offensive line for St. Joe's is really creating a lot of holes for them.
Stan need another handoff to Kinsler. Kinsler down at about the 6-yard line. And that will make it a 2nd and inches, it looks like, for the Falcons. 2nd and about a yard right now for the Falcons, only 6 yards away from making this a 2-possession game. St. Joe's once again showing run, and you can't blame them. Hands it off to Kinsler. Kinsler to the outside, and that is a touchdown, Falcons. Jordan Kinsler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, and he is lighting up the Rahway defense right now.
Great power there, Ben, by Jordan Kinsler, breaking a couple tackles. We've seen him do that, and like I said before, when you get a hand on him, he's easy to bring down, but he proved me wrong on that play right there, because he brought down a couple of Rahway defenders to make it a 13-0 game for the Falcons.
St. Joe's, many perceive to be underdogs in this game, but they are up 13-0, possibly 14-0 on Rahway midway through this third quarter. As Wild on the extra point. Extra point is good for the Falcons, who take a 14-0 lead on Rahway. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this third quarter. And now, if you're Rahway, what's the game plan? Do you get it back to your star running back in Rashawn Bradford? Do you try and air it out now that there's less time in the game? You're down 2 possessions.
Yeah, so you're down 14-0. You still got about 18 minutes and 15 seconds left of game time left to go in this game. You have time. You have time. The problem is for Rahway is that they got to start converting because they have some nice drives to pick up a couple first downs, but then they stall, whether or not that's the St. Joe's defense or penalties against Rahway. You're going to want to start converting on those drives, getting points on the board for the Indians to make this a one-score game. So I think you can still run the ball and you can still do what you've been doing earlier. Just make sure that you're actually converting and not just running just to punt it or just to create a turnover for the other defense.
And we'll see what St. Joe's has Christopher Wild do here. Only kick squib kicks from, we believe, is just fear of Rashawn Bradford's return ability. We'll see if they will try and give it to Bradford and get it way down the field, or if they'll just do one more squib kick.
Yeah, it's Bradford and Christian Rogers been back to return for Rahway, and they haven't been able to get a single return today.
Another squib kick. It is picked up by Rahway. Ashawn Harris, the number 2 running back for Rahway. And they will get the ball at their own 40-yard line. Great field position, but St. Joe's playing the safe game because Rashawn Bradford has a very good chance of taking that one all the way to the house.
Absolutely. And look, Rahway now, you got really good field position. Just keep driving it down the field. You've got time. You've got time on your side. 6 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the third quarter. A full 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You've got time, only down 2 touchdowns. You have time to keep running the ball. Just make sure that you're being methodical.
Bradford on another handoff, but he is taken down immediately by Rocco Bellamy.
Great tackle by Rocco Bellamy, Ben, because I'll tell you what, that left side of the offensive line, led by their big left tackle, number 77, that created a massive hole, and Rocco Bellamy was lucky enough that he filled that gap pretty quickly, or else that could have been 6 for Rashawn Bradford.
2nd and 6 now for the Indians on their own 41-yard line. Another handoff to, play action. Arribas now will run it. No one was open. And Nazir Arribas picks up the first down for Rahway.
And that's good, Ben. It's what you want to do. Anytime Rahway drops back to pass, I think the only way you should be passing the ball is if you're running play action, because St. Joe's knows that you're going to want to run the ball. If you do play action, you get that defense to cheat up a little bit, opens up some wide open receivers down the field. Didn't happen in that play, but still Nazir Arribas was still able to pick up the first down. If you're going to pass the ball, it has to be off of play action.
Arribas now, another handoff to Bradford after the pass, and Bradford, penalty on the field. Bradford taken down for a 1-yard gain. We'll see what the penalty is on, though.
I think it was an illegal blindside block by Rahway, Ben. I think, yeah, they're going to call it against Rahway, illegal blindside block. You saw there for Rahway, St. Joe's is about to tackle Bradford in the backfield. But on Rahway, I think it was Kyle Hall they called it on. Kyle Hall came up and laid a really nasty hit on St. Joe's, which they're going to call. The game of football, Ben, is getting a lot safer nowadays. You're not going to be able to make those blocks anymore because of player safety, which I completely agree with. But that one cost Rahway there about a 15-yard penalty against Rahway. Again, like I said before, they're driving down the field, and a penalty kills any momentum you have. Really, really bad discipline, not only from Rahway, but St. Joe's. Penalties killing both offenses today.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, both penalties have, this game could be a very high-scoring game right now. Many big plays that were brought back by penalties, but Rahway will be brought back 15 yards, start at their own 29-yard line. As it is a pass that is tipped up. Arribas threw a dangerous pass that was tipped up, but no one could come down with it. So it would be an incomplete pass. 3rd and 25 now for Rahway on their own 2nd and 25 for Rahway on their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, Ben, you mentioned the penalties before. The only touchdown Rahway scored was called back because of a penalty, which you saw late in that first half. So Rahway, the penalties, big plays for Rahway are being negated by these penalties. And the same thing for St. Joe's, too. The difference is St. Joe's is up 14-0 on Rahway.
Both teams are going to get a stern talking to, I would imagine, from their head coaches about the discipline. But we will see what Rahway does on this 2nd and 25. Arribas drops back to pass. Arribas launches it deep to Kyle Hall, and it is incomplete. But there is a penalty flag on the field right where Arribas was hit, possibly roughing the passer. We'll see what the refs call.
What a throw by Arribas, though. Now, it'll go down as an incompletion, but that was a phenomenal throw to Kyle Hall. Unfortunately for Hall, they couldn't bring it in. But an outstanding throw by Arribas, and we got an injured player down for Rahway.
Calls roughing the quarterback against St. Joe's.
It was roughing the passer on St. Joe's.
15-yarder marked off.
It looks like Kyle Hall, but is actually coming up gimpy on that play. He's still laying on the field
First down.
for Rahway. But like I said before, excellent pass by Arribas. And honestly, I think you should be able to let him throw the ball downfield. We saw him throw a dime in the end zone that was called back earlier in the first half. This one was a dime as well to Kyle Hall, who couldn't bring it in. Let Arribas air it out a little bit more. You're down by 2 touchdowns with only 17 minutes or so left to go in the game. Let Arribas start to throw the ball downfield a little bit more and spread out the defense.
He's got the arm, and he definitely has the accuracy like we just saw. Kyle Hall, though, did dive for it, took a nasty hit down, but he is getting up and going to the sideline. We have just about 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. 1st and 10 after that roughing the passer call now, as Arribas leads out the Indians, trying to get something on the board in this third quarter.
We're going to see, Ben, is the 1st and 10 now. You're down by 2 scores for Rahway. No one really in the backfield, and yeah, they're going to run the ball.
Arribas a QB draw, and it is fumbled. The ball is on the field, but it goes out of bounds before St. Joe's can recover it. And there's also another flag on the play. Flags are flying throughout this entire game. Every big play has been called back. It is a false start on Rahway, however. Illegal formation, actually.
Yeah, St. Joe's will decline that penalty because you lose a down and also probably lose some more yards as well. Because for Rahway, that ball went out of bounds, fortunately for Rahway. But again, you bring it back all the way. 2nd down and forever, it looks like, for Rahway.
Like I said before, Arribas is just trying to get Rahway something on the board on this 2nd and 30 from Rahway's own 25-yard line.
You basically got to pick up 3 first downs now for Rahway.
The handoff to Bradford. Bradford does find a hole. Rashawn Bradford still not going down. And that is exactly what Rahway needed on that 2nd and 30, as it'll be 3rd and at least manageable now for Rahway.
Yeah, excellent play by Bradford there, finding the hole. Both offensive lines doing a pretty good job creating holes for their running backs. And now, yeah, like you mentioned before, it's about a 3rd and 6 now for Rahway, which is a heck of a lot better than 2nd and 30.
24-yard run from Bradford. Arribas looks to throw on this 3rd and 6. He is throwing it deep once again. The ball's tipped up, and yet again, there are penalty flags on the field. And the refs are getting an arm workout in this game, just constantly throwing the flags.
They've thrown more flags than St. Joe's or Rahway has thrown the ball, Ben.
I think you're right.
Another penalty on Rahway, though.
So Rahway, after that huge 24-yard run, they air it deep. It was incomplete, but now they will be traveling back 5 or 10 yards. Still not really sure.
St. Joe's is going to decline that penalty, Ben, because it's a 4th down now, and Rahway's probably going to have to punt the ball.
And the thing is, with Arribas as your punter, who is also your quarterback, there is always a threat of a real, fake punt. And it won't even be that risky because your punter is your star quarterback.
That's the beauty of high school football, man, is that every player plays everything, basically. But it looks like Rahway is thinking about going for it.
Looks to be a timeout by St. Joe's. St. Joe's looks like they didn't have the defense they wanted. Could be a little risky, especially in the second half when you might need those timeouts later. But to stop this fourth down and get the right defense out there is also critical.
Yeah, well, now you got a 4th and 6 for Rahway on the 48-yard line, down by 14 with 4:06 left to go in the third quarter. You're going to want to get some yards. I think this is the range now. Where it's 4th and 6, which isn't that bad. You're also on the 48, which also isn't that bad. You really have to go for it here if you're Rahway, in my opinion.
Rahway has an explosive offense, especially with Rashawn Bradford. We could see a run because the runs, like I said, Rashawn Bradford averages 9 yards per carry. So it isn't that rare to see him get a 6-yard run. So we have just about 4 minutes left to go in the game. St. Joe's still leads 14-0 against the Rahway Indians. Once again, it is 4th and 6. Rahway on their own 48-yard line. And they will go for it. Arribas shows pass. Arribas running down the middle. And Arribas gets the first down and more. Nazir Arribas with about a 15-yard gain on that 4th and 6. And this drive will keep going for the Rahway Indians.
What a great run by Arribas there. You saw no one was open. He was able to scramble out and pick up the first down. He's a quick player for Rahway. And now all of a sudden, you don't just have to worry about Rashawn Bradford or Rashawn Harris for St. Joe's. You got to worry about Nazir Arribas too, who can run the ball.
Arribas, another pass. It is caught by Ashawn Harris. And Harris is not going down just yet. Looks like he may have gotten a first down there, and he did. Another first down for Rahway, but Ashawn Harris is staying down on the field. Another injured player for Rahway. First it was Kyle Hall, who was their star receiver, and now their star second-string running back.
Yeah, Sean Harris is a phenomenal player for Rahway. He's been a really good player all year. He has almost 300 yards. Also a phenomenal player defensively, Ben, as well, with a forced fumble and 2 sacks on the year and 6 tackles, all which lead the team. But yeah, this Rahway team, and like we mentioned before, probably the favorites coming into this game. It's senior day for them. They're 4-1 on the season, while St. Joe's is only 3-4. So you look at this, and St. Joe's is playing a really great game, another low-scoring game. The defense playing lights out, only not allowing a single point from Rahway yet. So I'm really impressed by the St. Joe's defense so far.
And I have to commend the St. Joe's coverage too, because every time that Rahway attempts to pass the ball, no one is open. Now, just the only thing is you might have to get a QB spy on Arribas because he always gets the first down on those QB draws. But Rashawn Bradford with an inside zone, and he will get a gain of about 4 or 5 yards right there for Rahway, a gain of 6 actually. So now they will be at the St. Joe's 21-yard line, very close to field goal range for Rahway.
About a 38-yard field goal right now for Rahway, Ben. I'm not sure if that's in their wheelhouse yet, but yeah, they're getting in range now. I think this is the deepest we've seen Rahway since that end of the first half. So it should be a good possession for Rahway to keep going.
Arribas on the pass, and it is a wide open Amajuan Murray, wide open in the right corner of the end zone. No defenders over there, and it is a touchdown for Rahway. Rahway makes it a 1-possession game. Great throw by Arribas. No one around Murray, and Rahway is right back into this game.
Yeah, phenomenal play by Arribas there, finding the wide open Amajuan Murray on that play. He was wide open for Rahway. Kind of a coverage breakdown for St. Joe's in that play, and all of a sudden, man, we got a ball game late in this third quarter.
Now on the extra point, it is up and good for Rahway. Rahway now just down 7 points, 14-7 St. Joe's leads. 3.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Now for St. Joe's, Jordan Kinsler has been playing amazing. The offensive line has been killing it. I think you just keep running the ball, maybe chew the clock, because you still do have the lead late in the game.
Yeah, and Ben, honestly, for Rahway, you saw how well Arribas was passing on that drive. My question now for Rahway is why on earth was he not passing more earlier in the game? I mean, he was doing an excellent job on that drive. Had a really nice touchdown pass right there. Rahway kind of it's what you said with St. Joseph's problem too, is that they're pretty good passing the ball, but they don't do it until late in the game. That's exactly what Rahway is doing right now. For St. Joe's, like you mentioned before, though, the ground game is working. The offensive line is creating holes, and St. Joe's is doing a really, really good job of running through him. Jordan Kinsler's doing an excellent job today. I believe he has over 100 yards rushing. So St. Joe's, keep running that ball, man. Keep running down that clock. But now you can't just be too conservative because you only have a 7-point lead.
And we will see on this kickoff, Osiris Acevedo is deep alongside Jordan Kinsler. We'll see if they squib kick the ball. And a short kick that is picked up by St. Joe's at around their 30-yard line. Decent field position for the Falcons. And we'll see what Jordan Kinsler is able to do on this drive, as he has shown out on every drive before this.
Yeah, Jordan Kinsler has had an excellent day today. St. Joe's offensive line has had an excellent day today, like we mentioned before. And yeah, Ben, like I said before, you just got to keep running that ball, keep running that ball, keep running that clock down. Rahway got a little bit of momentum on that last drive, but you got to kill the momentum with a good, long drive where you're just running that clock out to kill any momentum that the Indians had.
St. Joe's showing run once again, and it is to Amari Jones. Jones finds a decent hole. St. Joe's gets a gain of about 2 or 3 right there by Jones. So it'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Falcons on their own 39-yard line. Just about 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. St. Joe's still leads 14-7 against Rahway.
Yeah, keep running that ball, Ben. They got about 3 yards on that play, and if you get 3 yards or 3 or 4 yards every play, you'll pick up a first down. So just keep running that ball.
Same formation, but now the ball goes to Kinsler, and Kinsler is taken down quickly by Rahway, and Kinsler is still down on the field. Jordan Kinsler is injured on the play.
Yeah, he looked to be bent in a weird way, Ben, on that run, and hopefully he's okay. But yeah, that did not look great for Jordan Kinsler.
Jordan Kinsler has been the star of the game today, and this will be a huge loss for St. Joe's. Just hope he's okay.
Not only for today, Ben, but for the rest of the season. I know you said before that they've got the playoffs coming up, because I believe this is the last regular season game of the season for St. Joe's. So Jordan Kinsler is your star player, both offensively and defensively, I'd say. And losing him, not only for this game, but for the rest of the playoffs, could be really disastrous for St. Joe's. Hopefully he's okay, though.
Now, the thing about St. Joe's is they do definitely have another capable running back in sophomore Amari Jones, who actually just recently had a 60-yard rushing touchdown. So he is definitely able to take over for Jordan Kinsler and maybe give us a preview of the future of St. Joe's football, as he is only a sophomore. But right now, you just hope that Jordan Kinsler is okay, still down on the field.
Yeah, you got trainers tending to him right now, and Coach Hilliard's over there as well. He's up to his feet, though, and he's running under his own power, which is a very, very good sign for the Falcons.
That's great to see. Yeah, no trainers helping him to the sideline, jogging off to the side. So St. Joe's now, as we get back into the game, 2.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It'll be 3rd and 4 from their own 42. Now, if you're St. Joe's and let's say Jordan Kinsler is out for the rest of the game, does your strategy change at all? Or do you keep doing the ground and pound?
No, I'd still ground and pound, because like we said before, the St. Joe's is doing a really good job. Matt Stanton and Rocco Bellamy and Amari Jones have all been running the ball pretty well too. Not as well as Jordan Kinsler, obviously, but they've still been running the ball pretty well. And the pass game has been non-existent so far, so I'd still run the ball.
And they will here. Oh, no, they won't. It is a play action that caught me off guard, but is picked off by the quarterback / safety, Nazir Arribas. Nazir Arribas gets his 2nd interception on the year, and he will get right back onto the field as quarterback.
That was a one-handed interception there by Nazir Arribas, Ben. What a phenomenal play. He was phenomenal on the offensive drive for Rahway, picking up the touchdown and picking up a lot of yards with his legs. And he just makes the play of the day on defense with a one-handed interception. Rahway has got all the momentum now, Ben.
Just like you said a second ago, that St. Joe's passing game was non-existent, and it is even more non-existent after that deep interception as Rashawn Bradford got the Wildcat. And a solid run by Bradford right there, close to the first down. Doesn't look like he got it, though. Just around 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Rahway still down by 7 against St. Joe's on their own 30-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Rahway. As we see Nazir Arribas throw the ball now. Rashawn Bradford. Bradford still going. But a 10-yard gain on that pass right there for the first down. And Rahway seems to have all the momentum right now after that pick.
Yeah, Ben. I mean, that was really a detrimental play by St. Joe's on that play. And yeah, Bradford and Arribas has been a deadly combo for Rahway today, and it still holds true today.
Arribas getting a quick snap again. Arribas chucking it deep to Kyle Hall. And Kyle Hall does not come down with it. It looked like he did, but the ball comes out at the last second.
What an awesome play there for St. Joe's, Ben, by number 21, Gabe Suero-Diaz, the safety. Kyle Hall was wide open. The corner for St. Joe's didn't get over in time, and Kyle Hall could have had a touchdown if it was a better throw by Arribas, but a great play by Diaz to prevent even the first down by Rahway, and he got over there just in time to knock it away.
Yeah, Cal Goodwill got beat by Hall, but thank God for St. Joe's. Diaz was there to knock out the ball from Hall's hands as Arribas, another snap, looks to pass again, but he is not sacked, and he is sacked. Arribas taken down by John Fiorino. Fiorino was the sack leader coming into this game at 2 sacks, and he just got 1 more, making it 3 sacks on the year for John Fiorino.
And now you got a 3rd and long now for Rahway, Ben. It's going to be, looks like about a 3rd and 15 or so. It's going to be very difficult for Rahway here on this play to pick up enough, but you got to be aware of the arm of Nazir Arribas. 3rd and 20.
Rahway had all the momentum in the first 2 plays. St. Joe's got rid of all that in the next 2 as the pass is complete, and a big hit by Gabe Suero-Diaz. And that will force Rahway to most likely punt on this 4th and 12.
Yeah, it looks like about a 4th and 12 or 4th and 10 here. And then, yeah, Rahway is lining up in punt formation here.
4th and 10. But like I said before, Arribas is the punter. So we're just going to have to see what Rahway does on this punt. Arribas takes a snap, and it is a fake. Nazir Arribas still going. Arribas, there's a flag on the play, possibly a late hit by St. Joe's. But just like I said before, when you have your star athletic quarterback at punter, it's very easy to get those fake punts, and they just showed it right there.
Yeah, we'll see what the flag is on, but this is a critical penalty here. If it's on St. Joe's, then it's a first down. But if it's not, if it's on Rahway, then all of a sudden that backs it up, and once again, Rahway will not be able to pick up the first down.
There's a holding on Rahway. It looked like it was a late hit at the end because the flag came out very late. But Rahway will now go even further back. It was a 4th and 10 before. It looks to be a 4th and 15 now.
No, it's actually a first down because it happened after they picked up the first down, I believe. So it'll still be a first down for Rahway.
Arribas, the handoff to Bradford. Bradford, a great run. Another first down. Rashawn Bradford and Jordan Kinsler have been going at it this entire game. Star running backs for both teams, and Bradford is leading his team right now down the field trying to tie the game up. 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter right now, though. As Arribas looks to pass, throws it deep to Hall, and it is caught. Kyle Hall with an incredible catch over Amari Jones. And just like that, the Indians are down by 1 point, barring the extra point.
What a phenomenal catch by Kyle Hall right there. He dropped one earlier, Ben. He makes up for it with that amazing touchdown catch. And all of a sudden, Ben, we could be looking at a tie game here.
That'll be Hall's third receiving touchdown on the year. And this is a shootout right before the fourth quarter starts. And the kick is up and good. St. Joe's 14, Rahway 14. 6 seconds left to go until we start the fourth quarter.
So St. Joe's, Ben, goes from having a 14-0 lead heading into the second half to a 14-14 tie game deadlocked right before the end of the third quarter. This third quarter has been all Rahway today.
And we'll see if the fourth quarter continues that or if St. Joe's can pull away for the win. It is really up for grabs right now for both teams. As we will see what type of kick Rahway will do on this kickoff. We've seen a whole variety of kicks. We've seen onside, squib, regular, all trying to avoid big punt returns by two skilled returners in Osiris Acevedo for St. Joe's and Rashawn Bradford for Rahway. And it will be a kick that goes right to Kinsler, who is back in the game. Jordan Kinsler now to the left side of the field. And that's a good return for St. Joe's, and that'll end the third quarter. Once again, the game is tied 14-14. St. Joe's ball as we enter the final 12 minutes of this game. And if you're St. Joe's, Jordan Kinsler looks to be back, but do you try and pass the ball down the field now? Because you need points on the board on this drive.
No, I wouldn't, because it's still 12 minutes left and you're still not down. It's not like you're down right now. So again, you don't want to give Rahway even more momentum by throwing an interception or a really bad play. So yeah, for St. Joe's, kill the momentum. And how you kill the momentum is you keep running the ball down their throats. Keep running that ball and make Rahway more and more tired and, you know, have a good, long, methodical drive. That's how you'll kill the Indians' momentum.
Matt Sten coming back out on the field. Kinsler looks to be staying on the sidelines as of now. Amari Jones taking his place alongside Rocco Bellamy. 12 minutes left to go in the game. Matt Sten, a bunch formation to his right, and staying with the toss play to Amari Jones. And Jones is taken down after a solid gain of about 5 yards. And what have you seen from Amari Jones? Do you think he could be replacing Kinsler seamlessly, or do you think there's going to be some bumps?
No, there'll be a couple bumps. You're not going to replace Jordan Kinsler seamlessly. I mean, he's a phenomenal running back, and Kinsler's back in the game now. So fortunately, that injury that we saw him sustain earlier was not that serious. But yeah, Jordan Kinsler's your star running back. Amari Jones will be that guy, but he's just not that guy yet.
And another halfback toss, but this time to Kinsler. Kinsler trying to beat Rahway with speed, and it's taken down out of bounds, shy of the first down.
And Ben, I think that was a missed call by the referee. That looked like a blatant horse collar tackle by Rahway, which they did not call. Very, very lucky there for the Indians that they didn't call that, because that looked to be a very, very blatant horse collar tackle on Jordan Kinsler.
And without the horse collar penalty, St. Joe's will lose 2 yards on that halfback toss. 3rd and 7 now for the Falcons on their own 41. And once again, I ask you, is it time to pass the ball on this 3rd and 7?
Yeah, I would consider it, but again, I'd probably just do a screen or something safe, because once again, you're on the 41-yard line. You don't want to give the ball to Rahway deep in your own territory. So for St. Joe's, is a tie game. You're not losing yet. You're tied with Rahway. So I'd still be a little cautious to throw the ball downfield.
The officials call a timeout just to let Acevedo adjust the shoulder pads, and we're right back into it. 3rd and 7 for the Falcons. 3 receivers to the right, and Stanton looks to pass. Stanton, the pass, and that incomplete. Possibly a PI that the refs did not call.
That is 2 straight blatant missed penalties by the referees there, Ben, both against St. Joe's. Rahway once again getting very, very lucky because Rashawn Bradford hit the St. Joe's receiver way before that pass even got there. 2 bad missed calls there by Rahway, by the officials.
2 missed penalties that would have given St. Joe's the first down both times. Instead, they'll be forced to punt on this 4th and 7. Wild on the punt. Has had some impressive punts earlier in the game. And it is another one right here, deep down the field. As Bradford gets the snap, and that is exactly what St. Joe's was scared of. A huge return by Bradford and another penalty flag on the field.
We'll see who this is on. Blocking the back. Yeah, blocking the back on Rahway.
Another big play that comes all the way back for Rahway. They've just been stomped down by these penalty calls. So we currently have 11 minutes left to go in the game. Still tied. Rahway has a 1st and 10 on their own 35 with the ball. Now, since we've seen the arm that Arribas has, do you think they should stray away from Bradford or even include him in the pass game and go to the pass game?
I think what you could do is have a more balanced offense. It wasn't a balanced offense earlier in the game. You were only running the ball, but now I think you can have more balanced offense where you can run and pass about the same amount as you were doing earlier.
Arribas with the read option. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Great work by St. Joe's, filling all the gaps and taking Arribas down before he can get anything going. 2nd and 9 after that 1-yard quarterback draw.
2nd down, 9 yards to go.
10.5 minutes left to go in the game. Still tied 14-14. Rahway on their own 36. 9 yards to go for that 1st down. Arribas with the play action, and it is complete to Ashawn Harris. And Harris gets the 1st down for Rahway.
Great play there by Rahway, Ben, because they faked the sweep to Rashawn Bradford to the left side, came around to the right side where Ashawn Harris was wide open because they pulled the defense to that left side. Really, really good play call there by Rahway.
And like you said, the play actions have caught St. Joe's off guard every time because Rahway has stuck to the run all game. But finally, they are passing the ball a little bit more, and St. Joe's seems to not expect it each time. As they pass it again, Arribas, the pass is complete. Kinsler on the tackle. Zaire Crutchfield on the catch right there. Crutchfield is tied with Kyle Hall for the most receiving touchdowns for Rahway. Well, actually not anymore because Kyle Hall just got that incredible receiving touchdown before. As it'll be 2nd and short, 2nd and 3 actually for Rahway.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes left, Ben. This is a critical drive here for the Indians.
Arribas hands the ball off to Bradford, who is taken down almost immediately.
Bradford picks up about 3 yards.
Third
down.
3rd and 1.
Now, less than a minute to go. 3rd and 1.
Now I would fully commit to the run if you're St. Joe's defense. So
absolutely. You got to stack the box in this play, absolutely. And it looks like there'll be a QB sneak even.
And it looks like Rahway did get the 1st down right there. Arribas on the QB sneak, like you said. 1st and 10 now for Rahway. Just about 9 minutes left to go in the game. Still tied 14-14. Rahway now on St. Joseph's 33, not quite in field goal range.
No, not yet. Need about 15 more yards or so before I feel comfortable kicking a field goal.
Arribas, another play action. The pass is complete to Kyle Hall. And Hall looks like he just got another first down. Kyle Hall, only a sophomore, but lighting up the St. Joe's defense right now in every way imaginable. 1st and 10 now for Rahway on the St. Joe's 20-yard line.
Now, St. Joe's defense, Ben, you got to hold Rahway here. Now, it might not be even enough for Rahway to even kick a field goal. They probably need at least still 5 more yards before they can feel comfortable kicking a field goal. So St. Joe's defense can still hold Rahway to no points here.
Arribas, the fake handoff. It is complete to Harris. Harris still not going down. And it's finally brought down. 2nd and long now. Zion Laney actually was on the catch. It'll be 2nd and 10. Just barely got back to the line of scrimmage there was Laney. Still a tie game. 7.5 minutes left to go now. St. Joe's trying to get a stop, because field goals are never guaranteed in high school especially. So St. Joe's can force a missed field goal possibly. But Arribas on the QB sneak, another penalty flag on the field. We'll see who was on this time. Looks like a holding. Not sure on which side though. False start actually on Rahway. And that is just brutal if you're the Rahway head coach right now. Your team is constantly moving back.
Yeah, on a 2nd and 13 now, Ben, it'll be for Rahway on the 25-yard line, which will create about a 42-yard field goal for the Indians. Now, of course, you still probably want to get about 7 or 5 or whatever more yards before you feel comfortable kicking a field goal. But yeah, St. Joe's defense has got to hold here on the next couple plays.
2nd and 12 now for Rahway. Now on the St. Joe's 24, 7 minutes left to go in the game. Game is still tied. Arribas, the pass complete. It is complete, and it is a touchdown. Mekhi McFadden on a simple curl route, but he takes it all the way into the end zone. And just like that, Rahway leads the game late in the game. 6 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Rahway up 20-14. And that is huge for Rahway, taking all the momentum out of St. Joe's.
Yeah, but St. Joe's goes from having a 14-0 lead over Rahway, and Rahway scores 20, almost now 21 unanswered points, and take a 20-14 lead.
The kick is up, and it is good. Rahway leads by 7 points. 6:47 left to go in the game, as St. Joe's will attempt to tie this game up.
And Ben, it's still enough time for me that I wouldn't just say, okay, now we just got to pass the ball all the time if I'm St. Joe's. I would say you can still have time. There's still 7 minutes left. Just a lot of time left where you can do your regular drive, keep pounding that ball down Rahway's throats. The only difference is that you need to score now for St. Joe's.
Yeah, 7 minutes doesn't look like that much, but in football, it could be forever. Now, I think if you're St. Joe's, you just want to avoid any and all penalties right now, because those can ruin the momentum and ruin the yardage on a drive. And that could be the difference in this game on this final drive, or one of the final drives.
Yeah, I mean, St. Joe's, look, if they don't get it here, you still could probably hold Rahway, but not the way that they're moving the ball right now. But it doesn't look like it's a do-all or you're done. It's not do or die time yet for St. Joe's. You still have some time left to go in this game. You just got to be careful.
Another squib kick. It's caught by St. Joe's. And just about to the 38-yard line, possibly the 40. St. Joe's great field position. 60 yards away from tying this game up. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the game. And like you said, you think St. Joe's has enough time to run this ball, even with 6 more?
Yeah, I think you do. You're on the 41-yard line, so about 59 yards away from pay dirt. You have enough time. You have the star running backs. You don't have really the good passing game where I would say, okay, you got to pass the ball. I would maybe sprinkle in a play action every now and then, but really I'd be pounding the rock a lot in this drive.
St. Joe's running a wildcat right now. Kinsler at the quarterback position. Kinsler, the handoff to Roger, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now for the Falcons. 6.5 minutes left to go from their own 41.
Interesting play call there. It's the first time we see the wildcat for St. Joe's today, but it didn't really work out too well. Only gained 1 yard on that play. Now you got a 2nd and 9 on the 42.
We'll see what St. Joe's tries here, and once again, like I said, running the same formation. St. Joe's loves to do that. Jordan Kinsler once again at the quarterback position, and Roger in motion once again. And that'll be a penalty. That's got to be an illegal formation. All the players running around. No one knew the play call.
Yeah, you had 2 players in motion there for St. Joe's. Neither one of them really knew what the play was, and a lot of miscommunication for St. Joe's creates a 5-yard penalty. Like you mentioned before, penalties can kill the momentum, and they look like they're doing it right now.
Yeah, this is not the type of energy you need right now if you're St. Joe's, and you need a score on this drive because you already did use 1 timeout earlier in the game. And they just used another one here. So we have 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Rahway still leads St. Joe's 21-14. St. Joe's on their own 42, 2nd and 9. Only 1 timeout left. Needing a touchdown on this drive, in my opinion.
See, I wonder, Ben, I don't think they actually called the penalty. I think St. Joe's called a timeout. So St. Joe's has 1 timeout left now. Lucky enough that they didn't get the 5-yard penalty, but there's only 1 timeout left for the Falcons.
Yeah, if you don't score here, those timeouts are precious to stop Rahway and the clock. As Stanton will throw the ball, Stanton under pressure. Rolling out to his right, and the pass is complete to Cal Goodwill.
Pass complete to number 14.
Just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2 for St. Joe's after that pass out of bounds.
Picks up 7 yards. 3rd down. 3 yards to go.
So now if you're St. Joe's, 3rd and 3. I think I already know your answer, but you're just going to run the ball and get this first down.
Keep pounding that rock. Should be able to pick up the first down here. I would put in Rocco Bellamy in the backfield too, though.
Always have to keep the defense guessing. Stanton now in the shotgun. Stanton will throw it on this 3rd and 3, complete to Acevedo, and that'll be a first down for the Falcons. Risky play right there by St. Joe's. Luckily, Acevedo was able to come down with it. Acevedo, that is his first touch offensively on the game. 5.5 minutes left to go in the game. Rahway still up 7 points against St. Joe's. St. Joe's now on Rahway's 46, needing a touchdown. First and 10.
You're getting to the point, Ben, where you're running so much time off the clock, that you're getting to the point now where this could be do or die territory for St. Joe's.
Stan, hurry up offense. Stan keeps the ball. Pass to Roger. Roger makes a move. Roger's still going. And he is brought down in bounds, remember. As that clock keeps running. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. And it is running. St. Joe's solid gain right there. It'll be 2nd and 4 after that 6-yard gain by Roger. Falcons need a big play soon. Kinsler, inside handoff. And he is fighting for more yards, and that is a first down for the Falcons
Jordan Kinsler.
Clock stopped with first downs, which definitely helps St. Joe's right now.
Yeah, but just for a second, Billy, that clock is still running right now. Now you're on the 31-yard line for St. Joe's, 31 yards away from tying this game with only 4 minutes left.
Stanton now. Yet another handoff to Kinsler. And Kinsler is brought down right around the line of scrimmage. Once again, the clock is still moving. That is the only problem. St. Joe's is known for their excellence in running the ball, but that running the ball is going to chew the clock. But 3 minutes and 40 seconds when you're only 30 yards away is more than enough time.
Yeah, but the only problem has been is now, like I said before, it's do or die time now. There's no more time that you can give the ball back to Rahway, force a stop, and then get the ball back and try again. Now is time. You either score on this possession or you don't.
Stanton, the play action. Stanton, the pass complete to Acevedo. Acevedo known for making plays. And he gets the first down right there for St. Joe's. St. Joe's still moving down the field.
That could have been a touchdown, man, if Acevedo didn't get tripped up on that play. I think he tripped over his own feet, honestly, or even his own teammate. And it looks like a penalty was just thrown.
Another penalty flag, late flag. Kinsler looks upset. So that play could be coming back. We're going to have to see.
What are they going to call here? That was a very late. That was like after the play, Ben.
Looks to be on St. Joe's. St. Joe's looks to be moving back already. Kinsler's upset. The ref picks the flag up, so there is no
penalty flag on that play. I saw like basically the first play of all game, and then we haven't had a penalty on the field. But yeah, 1st and 10 now for St. Joe's on the 16-yard line. So this is do or die territory for St. Joe's.
St. Joe's 16 yards away from tying this game up. 3 minutes left to go in the game. 16 yards away. Once again, Stanton, the handoff to Kinsler, and Kinsler went down quickly.
It was a fumble.
Oh, I didn't even see the ball. So the ball did come out, but St. Joe's recovers it.
Yeah, fumble on the play. Kinsler fumbled the handoff, but he was able to fall on it immediately. But now you got a 2nd and 10, Ben, on the 17, or 2nd and 11, I should say, on the 17-yard line. 2.5 minutes left now. You can't really be giving up those kind of plays like that. Could have been disastrous for St. Joe's.
That could have ended the game. St. Joe's would have lost right there on that play, I would imagine. But yet, 2nd and 11 now. 17 yards to go. Stanton out in the shotgun. Amari Jones to his right. Handoff to Jones. Jones, a decent gain. 3rd and about 8 now for the Falcons. 2 minutes left to go in the game. St. Joe's still down 7-0, needing a touchdown right now because they've chewed the clock on this drive, constantly running the ball.
Yeah, 3rd and 7 for St. Joe's on 13-yard line now, Ben. It's do or die. Like I keep saying, do or die now for the Falcons.
Stanton, the handoff to Kinsler. Kinsler taking out the line of scrimmage. St. Joe's just ran a inside zone on a 3rd and 7.
This is it, Ben. This is it. This is the final play for St. Joe's. They really can get a shot out now. It's 4th and 9. You lost a couple yards on that 4th and 9 on the 15-yard line. You need a touchdown. Field goal does you no good right now. Only 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go in this game. This could be it for St. Joe's, this final play.
And here we go, 4th and 9. Definitely has to be a pass if you're St. Joe's.
I would imagine so.
The run is being shut down, and that'll be a timeout, likely by St. Joe's.
Yep.
So timeout, St. Joe's.
Their final timeout, but yeah, I agree with this timeout here by Rich Hill. You want to, get your best play call in there so you can pick up that first down or even a touchdown here on 4th and 9. This is it for St. Joe's.
So from the players you've seen today, who would you target on this likely pass?
It's difficult, Ben. I think Cal Goodwill you got to look out for, or Cyrus Acevedo you got to look out for too, receiving him for St. Joe's. But St. Joe's hasn't really passed the ball at all today, downfield especially. They've really only been running the ball with Kinsler, and it's worked to an extent. But this is a low-scoring game, and St. Joe's needs, to pick up a first down. Only 1 minute and 1 second left. We'll see what they do here, but I think it'll have to be a passing play here.
And here we go for St. Joe's. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kinsler in the backfield in the shotgun, and Stanton takes the snap. Stanton looking to throw. Stanton, a deep ball to Kinsler. Incomplete. St. Joe's.
Kinsler caught it too, Ben. He was out of bounds. The referee called him out of bounds when he caught it.
Great throw by Stanton.
That was a great throw by Stanton, and Kinsler just couldn't keep his feet down in bounds. He was able to secure the catch, but St. Joe's looks like they're going to be losing, Ben.
That's ball game right there. Couple of kneels. And what a win, though, however, what a comeback for Rahway. Down 14-0 at the end of the first half. 21 unanswered points, and they will come away with the victory that seemed to be in St. Joe's hands the entire game.
Yes, St. Joe's now falls to 3-5 on the season in their final regular season game heading into the playoffs next week. So a brutal way to end the season for St. Joe's.
And there's our first knee. Yeah, and like you said, St. Joe's really played well in that first half, fell apart in the second half offensively and defensively. Penalties killed them. Penalties killed both teams, but St. Joe's.
Pretty high-scoring game, Ben, compared to last year. 9-7 final last year. St. Joe's beating Rahway, and this time the Indians get their revenge on the Falcons.
And that is going to end the game for the Falcons, 21-14. Rahway defeats St. Joe's. I'm Ben Chadwick alongside Max Chadwick, and that's going to do it for this edition of St. Joe's Football.
Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving. God